Hello and welcome to the Year 6 SATs meeting for 2022. During this session, myself and our Year 6 teachers, Mr. Cummock and Mrs. Richard, are going to talk you through the Year 6 SATs for this year. So what are SATs? SATs stand for Standard Assessment Tests. In primary schools, they're taken in Key Stage 1, which is in Year 2, and also at the end of Key Stage 2, which is Year 6. The SATs are taken by all children in Year 6 across the country during the same week and during the same morning. So when are they being administered? So this year they are being done the week beginning the 9th of May 2022, and they're done between Monday and Thursday during this week.
So altogether, children will do 6 tests. So there's 3 English papers, 1 reading paper, 1 grammar and 1 spelling. Then we also have 3 math papers, so 1 will be arithmetic and the other 2 will be reasoning.
Writing isn't assessed via a test. Writing is assessed through a bank of evidence that's in your child's pink writing book. We put together a portfolio of extended rights, and a judgment is made whether they're working towards, working at, or at a greater depth standard for writing. The assessments are based upon their independent work, their independent writing, and they are monitored and scrutinised through moderation by the school, by Base Academy Trust, and by the local authority, who will take a representative sample and check that our assessments are accurate and meet the criteria for each of the 3 levels of assessment.
Perfect. So this is how the timetable looks. And just to reiterate, the SATs, although they're taken in Year 6, they test the knowledge and understanding of the children from the whole of Key Stage 2. So they do test content from the Year 3 curriculum, 4, 5 and 6 curriculum on there. So on Monday the 9th, there is the GAPS test. That stands for Grammar and Punctuation Spelling. And this test, there's 2 tests, as Megan said. There's a grammar and punctuation test, and then there's also a short spelling test as well. On Tuesday, the children will come in and they will do a reading test. On Wednesday, the children will do an arithmetic test in maths, and then also paper 2, which is a reasoning paper. And on Thursday, the children will do their 3rd paper, which again is another reasoning paper. On Friday is where we will celebrate, enjoy, have fun. And then we've got a special treat in store for Monday the 28th, which isn't the week after SATs, it's the week after that, and you'll hear more about that very soon. Now, all the tests take place in the morning, and we start most of our tests at 9:30 here at Macefield. We do invite the children in from 8:30 in the morning, so they can come in early, where they will receive breakfast. They'll have a little bit of revision if needed, but it's just a real time to settle them down, make them feel really at ease, because what we find is the calmer children are, the more normal it is for them, the better they perform. What we don't want to do is put any stress on them, make them worry because they don't perform as well. It's just going to be as normal as possible. And the children have had lots of practice of these types of questions. They're used to the content that is being tested, and most of the time we walk out enjoying doing them and thinking, that was all right actually, which is exactly what we want, because it means that they will do the best that they possibly can, because that's all we ask. Do your best. Over to you, Mrs. Richard.
So the test will be given by the members of staff that work with the children, and in the tests all children have access to a reader. Some children will have a personal reader used so that children can achieve their best without having to worry about their reading skills. Some children will also have a prompter to keep them on task.
The children's reading, grammar, punctuation and maths papers are sent away to be marked by an external examiner. We receive the results into school in early July. Because the papers are scanned electronically, we need to check through them and ensure that the marking has been accurate and is reflective of the children's answers, in case we need to appeal a result. You will then receive the results for your child as an additional printout, which will accompany your child's individual report, which go out to all children from base in the July reports.
So, children will be given 2 scores. They'll be given a raw score, and the raw score is the number of marks they achieved on a paper. For instance, in reading, the paper is out of 50 marks, so they'll be given a raw score out of 50 marks. In maths, over the 3 papers, that is out of 110 marks. So again, they'll be given a raw score out of those 110 marks. And then in the gaps, spelling, grammar and punctuation, that's out of 70 marks. So the raw score will be out of that. Alongside this will be something called a scaled score. And the scaled score is used to benchmark children across each other across the country, and also to clearly show children that are working at what we call the expected standard. Now, a scaled score is between 80 and 120, and 100 is the expected standard. So if a child achieves 100 or more, that means they've hit the expected standard, they're working at the expected level or better for children at their age. Alongside that, you'll be given a little sentence which will explain whether your child is working at the expected standard or working below the expected standard. And in writing, as Mr. Klimuk mentioned earlier, we do have an extra measure which is greater depth. So that's children working at a higher level, greater depth. We do say any children that are working above 110 as well are working at what we call the higher standard. So that means that they are more gifted and able in that area. Children will be given a teacher assessment result for writing and science, and again, that's moderated within school through moderation. Now, this does sound all quite complicating, and the government changed this from levels quite a few years ago to try and make this simpler for us all. If you do have any questions on when these results do come out, please let us know. But what I would say is the children know all about it. Because the children get given the raw score and their scale score already, so they have a clear understanding. But we will be here to support during the results day.
All we ask is that children try their best and that they fulfill their potential by trying their best and doing as well as they can.
Most certainly. Dive is our motto. And
you can help in many different ways. You can support the children throughout the week by ensuring that they get a good night's sleep Sunday through to Wednesday. It's important that they have breakfast before they come to school, but we will provide that additional breakfast to keep them going to boost their energy levels in school. Please make sure all homework is completed, including the use of the Read Theory website, which their login is on the front of their homework booklet. The homework is tailored to address the different SATs papers and reflects the learning that's appropriate for this time. Please make sure all homework's handed in on time on a Thursday for both Year 6 classes. Really encourage your child to do the best that they can, as this will set them up well for their secondary school journey. Celebrate their achievements with them, and I think one of the most important things is to make sure that they're reading for the minimum of 5 times a week. Reading is the key area for all learning and will greatly boost, even within the short period of time that we've got leading up to SATs from now until May, will make a really big difference to their achievements over that week. In addition to their reading booklet, there are the resources of Read Theory, Spelling Shed and TT Rockstars, which can be used on a regular basis to really supplement and continue to aid progression and fluency for your child's learning.
Brilliant. And thank you for watching our presentation today. As always, if you do have any questions, please come and find any of us and we'll be more than happy to help. And as we always say, we just ask children to do their best, and that is always our motto here at Macefield. We want all of our children to believe, achieve and succeed, and with your support and with the amazing work they're already doing in class, we have no hesitation that they won't do that. Thank you again, and we hope it's been useful.